Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check today's video out. Always happy to have you guys around. Guys, today I want to talk about retying knots as far as the frequency that you need to do it, when you need to do it. This is one of the most overlooked parts of bass fishing. It was probably one of the top 5 most important things in bass fishing, because if your knot doesn't hold up, it doesn't matter, whether if you get a bite or not, you're going to lose it. So I got some tips and advice I'm going to share with you guys on maintenance on this and some things you can do to help out. Also, guys, just a quick thank you out there to everybody that's taken time to hit that subscribe button here to The Fishing Teacher. Really appreciate that. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. And also, guys, thank you very much for everybody out there that's taken time to use and bookmark my Tackle Warehouse link. If you guys have bookmark that link and you're ordering new tackle through my link there, you're really supporting the channel big time, and big thank you for me and my family there. Okay, one of the things that I've observed in my own fishing from watching my co-anglers and just watching people fish in general, guys I take out on the water lessons, is I don't see people retying near enough. It's like I am always retying. It's like, it seems like to me, like during the course of a day, I sort of reflect back, like on the day that I have in a tournament competition, I'm always like down on my knees or something, retying lures all the time. I mean, retying my knot all the time. And I don't see the guys fishing with me ever doing it. It's like they'll fish all day long without retying. And that's one of the easiest ways that you're going to start losing fish as far as if you do not retie. Now, this is even compounded even more. If you're one of the people out there that use braid to fluorocarbon, which you guys know that watch my videos, I do not like that at all. I never use braid to fluorocarbon. You have 2 knots. You got the knot on your, your braid to fluorocarbon knot, and you also got your knot to your lure. And one of the things that I've seen on the braid to fluorocarbon situation is, since it's such a pain in the butt to tie 2 knots, a lot of people will let their line get really frayed more than what it should be, because they don't want to cut it off to cut down their leader length, because then they're going to have to tie 2 knots again, and then as a result they wind up breaking off. It happened to me, guys, at Lake Mead, at the US Open at Lake Mead. I would have won the US Open at Lake Mead about 5 years ago, but my co-angler broke off 2 big fish that hadn't retied. I've seen it over and over again. So that's the main thing on braid to fluorocarbon. But just on a straight knot, whether you're using, just tying directly with fluorocarbon or mono or braid or whatever, guys, you have got to check your knots all the time, because there are things that happen down there on the water, underwater. You don't know what's going on. It's like just the fact of the amount of friction and tension, even if you don't hit anything. Let's say, for example, you're throwing a crankbait out there and you're just reeling it through the water all day. Even if you don't hit anything, when you make that cast, you're fatiguing that knot to some extent. It's like, even on a split ring on a lure, you got the part where it actually separates. There's a little bitty sharp point there. It's like your line can get frayed from that split ring. It can get frayed from the hooks knocking against it. And then the obvious stuff like getting frayed against wood or rock or, whatever structure's on the bottom. But there's a lot of times where you may not think your line's frayed, and it actually is. So it really will help you if you take some time to check the condition of your line regularly. Now, you can either do it with your fingers or your lips, one of the two, but it's like, even if it doesn't feel completely slick and smooth, even if you can't see any visible nicks in there, or it doesn't feel, or it looks fine, if you put that between your lips or your fingers and you feel anything except just slick, like the slightest bit of roughness on it, it doesn't even have to be much. You need to take the time, cut your knot off and retie. And then again, obviously, if you have an obvious fray, also check a ways up your knot, because a lot of times you'll get frays 5 or 6 feet up your knot that you've hit some structure down there that you don't know. So don't just check like the first 4 or 5 inches of your knot. Make sure you check, 5 or 6 feet up there regularly like that. That makes a big difference with it. And like I said, it's easy to do. It doesn't take very long whatsoever. I just think a lot of it is people they don't realize the importance on it. But what happens is, like, if you got some type of just a small fray, when you set the hook, or if you put pressure on a fish or try to swing a fish over the boat, that's when the problems occur. I mean, all the time. So just take the time, recheck your line a lot, retie your knots, get good, try to find a knot that you can tie quickly, because I think another reason a lot of people don't like to retie often is it takes a long time for them to tie knots. I'll tell you, the quickest, best knot that you can tie, guys, is a Palomar knot. You can Google it, or I've done videos on it. A Palomar knot is super strong. It's super fast. I can tie it within seconds. And that's the knot you need to use. You need to use a knot that you can tie the quickest and the best, because I don't care how good a knot you tie. If you have fray on your line or you got abrasion on your line, the knot is irrelevant. So to me, it's more important to tie maybe not the strongest knot, but it's a knot that you can tie quick, and it will encourage you to retie a lot. It makes a big difference. So anyway, I hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.